So Moses commanded, so Joshua did. According to Scripture, the conquest of Canaan was the last act in a drama that began with the triumphant exodus of the Israelites from Egypt. Moses led the 12 tribes of Israel into the wilderness. When they came upon Mount Sinai, Moses went up to the mountain to receive the 10 Commandments. Moses died before reaching the Promised Land. His servant Joshua would lead the Israelites across the Jordan River. At Jericho, the Lord commanded them to march around the city for 6 days. On the 7th, trumpets were sounded, the people shouted, and the walls came crashing down. For over a century, archaeologists have sought to verify the conquest as related in the book of Joshua. Today, a new generation of Israeli archaeologists is challenging the validity of the Old Testament as a historical document. Israel Finkelstein has surveyed hundreds of ancient settlements throughout Israel. He thinks the Battle of Jericho never happened.
The conquest theory in Jericho was really disproved years ago. I think that it's a process of maybe 30 or 50 years of excavations. Excavations in the sites which are mentioned in the Bible in the conquest narrative reveal that either the sites were not at all inhabited at that time, or that the destruction of the Canaanite sites was a gradual and long process which took 150 years. Simply, this was not done by a group of people in one year or in several years or in a short period of time.
If Joshua's conquest of Canaan is a myth, then how did the Israelites reach the Promised Land? Over the past decade, Adam Zertal has also uncovered dozens of new sites. He believes they migrated peacefully into Canaan.
We're looking now backward on Wadi Farah. I believe that along this road, the Israelites has entered from the Jordan that we can see on the opening, and gradually entered and penetrated into the sedentary life, into the land of the Promised Land. Now, we know that these Israelites were half nomads, and they moved gradually into sedentary, settled life.
Zertal is convinced that the Israelites were originally nomads who came across the Jordan River and settled around Wadi Farah, the only perennial source of water in the region. Here they could live on the land and graze their flocks year-round. Eventually, they gave up their traditional nomadic tents for more permanent structures, like these crude mud huts unique to Wadi Farah.
I think in a very firm way that they were foreigners who came from the other side of the Jordan. They were not Canaanites, since they were not directed from the Canaanite city-states to this land, but vice versa.
Although Zertal has discarded the conquest theory in favor of his peaceful migration theory,